Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see here, I am leveling another character, and a lot of you guys are interested in how to do it fast as in this community vote. So in this video, we'll discuss on how to get through the campaign quickly and efficiently, whether you're league starting or leveling second characters. There are many important things I want to discuss, so let's get to the first part of the video, which is the build. You can see here I'm playing a new build using a new leveling tech with Spectral Wolf and Envy. If you're interested in the build, definitely check out the detail of this build later in the video. I was able to finish the campaign in 3 hours and 15 minutes with this build, and usually I'm not that fast at leveling. So in my opinion, playing a good build contribution only up to 50% of your leveling speed. And there are important things you want to include in your build, or make sure you understand what to use if you're following others' build. First, let's talk about the Quicksilver Flask. Often neglected, but a well-rolled Quicksilver Flask versus a normal Quicksilver Flask is night and day difference. For the campaign, I recommended at least 2 Quicksilver Flasks to use alternatively and try to roll them for movement speed. You want to use them optimally to run past the monsters and get to the next zone. It might require changes in your gameplay philosophy, but more on that later. So let's talk about the leveling build for League Start versus Twink leveling. Now for League Start, if you're not experienced, you'll want to follow a build that breakdowns the leveling section by either levels or campaign progression, so you know which important passive points to get first. League Starter build cannot rely on unique, so you want to pick something that can scale well without any unique items. Generally, that would require a good skill gem that scales with levels. There are many good builds that have been tested for many leagues, so I recommended you look into those builds. There's no need to reinvent the wheel, and if you want a smooth leveling for League Start, pick a strong build that performs well on a 4 or 5 links and don't need a lot of currency to clear your atlas. Now, Twink leveling, on the other hand, is completely different. You'll want to place a build with a lot of uniques and items that give player power in the beginning of the game. We have many items that give movement speed, and they're among the strongest leveling items in the game because movement speed is king for Twink leveling. Builds that scale well throughout the campaign with investment for good gears, and also a dedicated trees to support the build. To name the 2 best one, Blink Arrow and Mirror Arrow, or Bama for short, and Hollow Palm are the golden standard for this. Buy all the leveling items, prepare them in your stash, and take them with you so you can minimize your time sorting items in town. Remember, your build only contribute 50% to your leveling speed, and having a strong build helps, but you will also need to be efficient with how you play. This brings us to the next topic, efficiency in campaign leveling. Playing Path of Exile is all about being efficient, from leveling to running maps. So if you want to level fast, you'll need to adopt some of these mentality into your gameplays. First is the concept of wasting time, and it's a problem that most people have. Standing in town managing your inventory is wasting time. Standing in town managing your gem setup is wasting time. So you want to plan ahead of time with all your items and gems that you'll be using or buying. You want to have them ready and sorted out in your inventory. Do not waste time killing every mobs you see, and especially tough rare mobs. It's not justify the time spent. Higher zone give more EXP, so it is always better to progress further and be underleveled in a zone, rather than to be higher level and less progressed. Do not backtrack for items or currency. In a normal playthrough, you probably backtrack and pick up a lot of items without realizing it. So for example, if you're backtracking to pick up an item every 1 minute and it takes you 10 seconds to do so, if it takes you 6 hours to finish your campaign, that is 1 hour wasted just picking up items. So it's definitely not worth it. Last thing is don't waste time thinking about where to go next. or what quest to take. You should only take the quests that provide you skill points, and go to the zone that has the Ascendancy trials if we're at League Start. Definitely check out this Exile leveling tool if you have a second monitor and follow their route. Very handy for leveling. I won't get into the details, but I'll put the link in the description below if you want to check it out. That's pretty much cover it, and I know there are many more tricks, advanced tips to take it to the next level, but maybe that's for another videos. The most important takeaway is to have fun, pick a good build, and don't waste time. If you're still here, let's talk about what I do to level my Trickster to level 64 and finish the campaign in a little more than 3 hours. So following my leveling philosophy as mentioned earlier, I have bought and prepared all the leveling eunuchs and sorted them out by the level requirements. This means that I won't have to think about it when I'm going through the campaign. I won't bore you with all the details, so let's go over all the important mechanics to cover in this leveling build. First, I'm using 2 wands with the Spectral Wolf and Envy rune enchantment. They'll stay the same until level 46, where you slam them with the Screaming Essence of Fear, and will scale until the end of the campaign. Next, the boots give us Abarath's Fury, which triggered a spell that deals fire damage in an area every time we take his steps. We'll be scaling this spell damage to help us run through the mobs, killing them, and spawn our wolves. We put this on at level 12, and it's amazing. 2 Quicksilver Flasks setup is the standard, and here are their roles. Nothing special. Actually, I did not use the Mage Blood in my leveling because I feel like it could be unfair. But slap this belt on at level 44 and you will probably save half hour of leveling. Here, I bought 10 Omen of Brilliance to help me catch up the level in Blood Aqueduct. Generally, you want to get in Blood Aqueduct at level 52 and get out at level 62. It's a great spot to help you catch up in the level you have lost by skipping through many mobs in the campaign. I've created a PoE with details on the items, skill setup, the skill trees, and everything. They are all set up by levels progress, but make sure you use the loadouts on the top right to switch the level so the skill setup does not break. If you're using Better Trading extension on your browser, I will also include a shopping link for all the items and gems needed in the description as well. For any questions or suggestions, please comment down below. I'll be taking my Trickster into the endgame, but we'll make sure to do it slowly so you guys can follow along. It'll be fun because Trickster is definitely one of the best archetypes this league. And with that, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoy this video and thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next video soon.